morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world, LFC fans. As I said last time, slots, press conferences, I don't listen to anymore. I've totally zoned out. I've totally clued out from that guy. We've got Villa, we're playing today. With the form that Liverpool's got and competing for fourth place against a team vibrant as Villa are, who now into a European final, coached well, not very hopeful. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world, LFC fans. Really want to talk to you today, a few little things on the subject matter. Slots press conferences, something that I tune out of at the moment. I just can't stand the guy's voice. I can't stand to listen to him anymore. I'm just zoned out. Villa, Friday night today. Battle for fourth place. Well-coached team under a good manager. Potential transfer window coming. Potential transfers to Liverpool. Who will be linked to? Who will be taken? Will we be taking a new manager? Or will we be keeping our manager? And Richard Hughes potentially leaving the club. It doesn't stop with Liverpool, does it? There's always something going on with this club. That's why we love it so much. So another press conference from our great coach, industrial leader, who is Slot, Arne Slot. You can tell from the tone of my voice, I'm losing love and faith for this coach. And that's how I feel about his press conferences. So, press conference, various things he touched on. Alisson's fitness. Didn't talk about whether Alisson's going to leave or not, which it seems highly likely. Look, Alisson's had a lot of fitness issues. We know that. We love Alisson. We love him. Not only he's a man of God, good family man, etc., etc. He's been a leader in the squad. But his injuries is taking a lot of weight on the club, and he's been off a lot of times this season. I think it's been at least 9 games, if not more. He's been off, probably actually a lot more than that. Isaac, groin injury, doubt for today. We've also got doubt with Wirtz, who's got illness, so that could potentially another player out today. Salah could see some minutes, but seriously, if you've got a hamstring injury out, do you want to risk that last game of the season coming? So, again, I think I posted something on X recent as well about the amount of injuries that we've had. It's been horrendous. So you got to look at what's the coaching like, what's going on in the training field, what's the training facilities like. We should be the best. But why are we having so many serious injuries to our players? Bradley injured twice. Frimpong, don't count how many injuries he's had. Even I think Robbo's had an injury this season. Kirk has been off for a little bit. Alisson's been injured. But the person that's been fit all the time that we keep giving stress to is Virgil. Poor Virgil. I feel so sorry for this guy. I can't believe if I'm getting old, which I am, when I've been asked to keep performing to the highest level and playing every game. I'm not just talking FA Cup, I'm talking European games. I'm talking about league games. I'm talking about whatever. It doesn't get a break. Let's say some stats. 161 aerial duels won. The most. 257 clearances. Now, what that probably tells you is he's under too much pressure because we have no midfield and we have no press. So clubs can just go long on us, throw the balls in the box. And we're expecting Virgil and Canate to do everything. Listen, I will say they deserve their fair amount of criticism this season, for sure. But there's no screen. Where's our screen? McAllister, who's now lightweight, doesn't look like a World Cup winner. Someone who's about to go to the World Cup as reigning champions in midfield that he played in with Messi. doesn't look the same player at all. Gravenberch is not a number 6. He's not a destroyer. He's pretty play on the ball. Now, I don't want to talk too much about signings, so I want to keep that powder dry. But there's no screen. Then should we even talk about left backs? Kirkes, Robbo. Listen, I love Robbo. He's one of our most reliable defenders we've had consistently through all these years. But every dog has his day. And to be honest with you, you could see this season's had his day. His legs, his defensive mistakes, he can't get back in position, he can't maraud either, and he can't bloody cross the ball hardly. So Robbo is a weak link with Kirkes, who's still trying to understand the Liverpool style, how we play. Take that back. What style of Liverpool? We don't know at the moment. Then you got the right-hand side with Bradley injured all the time, with Frimpong, who's like a headless chicken, looks like he's playing school football. That's not then looking at the midfield, which I just mentioned. So how do we expect our two defenders to keep things out with the fact we've had major injuries in our defenders as well? Yeah? And he's playing all these games, to be fair. So I really hope the next season coming that we give this guy a bit of respite and we get some. I know Leone will be back fit. Again, I'll keep my powder dry because other people to talk about. And we get some defenders in there who we have got some coming to the club who hopefully can support Virgil to get a little bit of rest and be his best in games that's so important to us, because he's been flogged this season. Seriously, he's been flogged this season. And yet he gets up and he talks and he does the captain's job. He really does. So there's a various things the coach talk about. Coach talk about himself, that how he is part of the decision-making process within the club. I am being involved. Oh, God, please no. I really hope not. I am the most patient person. I'm one of those people who's been 30-something years waiting for title, and we've got 2 in our log. But his style of play, I think we mentioned it, just doesn't work. I know you can't go from hot to cold. I know you can't go from Jurgen to Slot. And last year was maybe a transition. We had Jota, we had identity. I know we still had a bit of that Klopp style in there. Maybe he hadn't worked his magic yet, Slot. But the infection's taking place. Yes, he's suffered a lot of injuries. Yes, but he's also done some bad coaching, I think. I think it works to be done in the paddock. And I don't feel I can see evidence of it. I don't see defensive formations. I don't see midfield defensive formations. I don't know what we're trying to do to press. What is it? And it's probably confusing some of the players. Probably confused the hell out of Salah. Where there was one plan, then the plan was jettisoned because the coach didn't have a plan B, C, D, and E, F. It makes the wrong substitutions and stuff. I can't believe with how the fans are feeling about this coach. They booed him at halftime. They booed him when Rio came off. And they booed him at the end of the game. What's going to happen next season if he's still here? And Liverpool, say Liverpool win the first 3 games. They will lose the 4th game. The doomsayers will come and start saying, oh God, wrong decision. And let's just throw this little bit into the cauldron. Alonso's around available. Are we going to really have him go to Chelsea and keep Slot? Really? A proven manager in Alonso. And I'm not even listening to any Real Madrid doubts. No. Look at his performances with Real Madrid compared to Arbeloa. He wasn't that far off. In fact, they would have probably been in a position to still win the league. And they've probably done a better job in the Champions League. But however, that's player power. And I don't mind that. A coach who doesn't tolerate the player power and stood his ground. And then Real Madrid is known, fire and fire. And they'll do that same with Chelsea. So I'm hopefully Alonso would not want to go there, but he would want to go to Liverpool. And Liverpool have to show they want him. I don't want this nonsense about the model and, how Slot fits into that model with Hughes and Edwards and FSG. No, We need a manager. Liverpool need a manager, a role model, a figurehead. Klopp, Dalglish, Paisley, Shankly. That's what Liverpool are. We have a manager who elevates. Slot doesn't get me out my seat. He does not. He doesn't. I don't see the things he makes, which today's game against Villa, I'm not even excited about. I watch games sometimes. We're 1-0 up against Chelsea, and I'm like, oh god, okay, shit, another back pass. Oh shit, how many times we back, pass the back to goalkeeper? Oh shit, okay, sideways passes. Okay. Oh, give the ball away, wrong position. Okay, we're gonna be out of position now. Watch what happens. Sometimes I can even predict a goal. You can predict it. Oh, set piece. Oh shit, we're gonna concede here. Shit. Okay, and it happens because we are so predictable. Teams now love coming to Anfield. They do. And let's get this right. Our away form may be okay-ish, not compared to last season, but our home form may be okay. Our away form is horrendous. So who is going to rock up to Villa to think we're going to knock off Villa off the position today? Seriously? We're going to beat Villa, who are hungry Bucks, and going to show that in the way they attack, the way they press, the way they work as a team, against our collective arguments that we are seeing within our club, within our team right now, within the feeling towards the coach right now. You see players argue with each other on the pitch. Look, we could well pull off a result. Villa could well drop their players today because they got a Euro game coming up. But I don't think they will. I don't think that Emery's the kind of coach that will do that. I am worried because I just don't see Slot having a fix for the situation. When you're in adversity and you've got injuries, show tactical nous. Show the ability to work with your formations and make it work. What he did against PSG, I don't know what he was doing, because that was horrendous. And the players were getting fuddled and muddled within the game with bloody Virgil ending up in midfield. Then you watch the game against Chelsea and Jones getting rinsed by Cucurella every time. And it's like, coach, do something about it. And they just amazing. But anyway, you know my feelings about this guy. I don't want him in the club. I hope he goes. And if he stays, who will he sign? There's all these Dutch revolution coming through. There's all these talks about all these Dutch players that we're going to sign, young Dutch midfielders. It's like, come on, we love Dutch football. It's great, but identity. You don't need to just go with what you trust. Go with a broader base, yeah? Let's have some English players in there, to be honest with you. Let's have some Whartons if we want to do. Andersons if we want to go for Anderson. We need some tenacity in midfield. We need a aggressive number 6 in a mold of Casado or Baliba. We need an aggressive, someone who's nasty. Nasty. Gravenberch is not nasty. McAllister tries to be nasty, but it's not nasty. We need a nasty number 6 to screen. We miss Fabinho. We miss Fabinho so much. Could you believe a Mascherano in number 6? How would it make such a difference? With players that works in a team, we're just so lightweight all around. And we're now relying on a Rio, a young 17-year-old, because aka left foot shuffle, aka big for nothing, doesn't do it. And I hope he goes. Sell him 40 million, 50 million, highest bidder, lowest bidder, I don't know. Just gone. Who are we getting? Bacola to talk about, Monday to talk about. We just need something. And are we putting all our eggs into Isaac basket? Ekitike is not going to be back until the new year, most likely, and it's an injury which you never know if this guy will be ever the same again. Will he ever be the same again? That Achilles injury is no joke. I think that's probably even worse than the ACL, to be honest with you. So, decisions have to be accurate here. And yes, the club has said they made a mistake. And look, I can accept this fact that they say they make a mistake. But listen, did you really make a mistake? Signing Wirtz, breaking a record again for Isaac? The coach has got to do something with it. Okay, yes, Isaac got injured. I know, blah. And pre-season, blah, blah. But the coach has got to show he can deal with it. One thing I'll say about Klopp could take basic and mould it into something. That's the sign of a bloody good coach, a bloody good manager who can motivate his players and make them better than they are. Tell me a player under this manager who is better than he was. Name one. Don't tell me Rio, because Rio's already started its trajectory. This is his trajectory. Name me one. Because all I see is players going down under him, with one legend about to leave the club who could have stayed another year. And he's leaving because he cannot stand the coach and he's not happy with what's going on. And there's digs and little quiet digs in the press from each other. And maybe he's right. Maybe Salah's right. The standard's going to drop when he goes, and he hope he doesn't. And the coach has a little dig about what the standards on the playing field. Well, actually, standard starts with fucking coming, excuse my language, turning up early doors, working your ass off in the gym, and getting in the training paddock, and getting work done. Respect the fact that this guy probably knows what he's doing, that he's actually been out there getting fit in the gym to be ready for the Premiership, because some of these players don't look like they're ready for the Premiership at all. And that's why we are where we are. Game against Villa today, what the squad going to be, don't know. My match finish probably in goal. I can't see how Alex is going to be playing. Virgil, Konate, just is what it is. I think probably Kirkes will start, and probably Robbo will start that last game. And it looks like another Curtis Jones, but I don't know why we're doing that. And those rumours about him going to Milan. I hope we get a Senesi. That'd be nice. He's not going to sign his contract, and so he's going to leave the club. So hopefully we get Senesi on a free. No, FSG, they don't mind a bit of freeness, mate. Give them a bit of freeness. They're happy as it comes. So that's a Premiership proven player. And hopefully, like I said, we get mobility in midfield, we get some strength in there. We were best when we had our Hendersons, Milners, and Wijnaldums in midfield. With Firmino there as well, scrimpled up top. Working so well. Think about work rate. Salah, Firmino, Mane. Anyway, I never do this, but I'm predicting Liverpool loss. It's disappointing. That's how I feel. I just don't. I look at all the evidence and I just can't see how we get the win. And we'll be lucky to scrape a draw. I hope we win, just to put to bed Europe, but let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what team you'll be playing today. Please like, subscribe, click on notifications. When you've got small channels like mine, just trying to, share my opinions on football and Liverpool, it's really important to share, like, subscribe, pass it on to other people and grow the channel. Let's see what happens. Slot out. Let me know. Are you in? Are you out slot? Do you like Alonso to come in or not? And what do you think of the start lineup will be today? Speak to you after this.